People ain't gonna like this one.
You serious?
I mean, I'm talking about Bruce Lee's signature weapon. Disclaimer. I love Bruce. And I'm definitely not a Bruce Lee hater. Hello. Welcome back. And as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, before Bruce Lee, nunchakus was pretty much unknown to the West, and he made them famous. There's no getting away from it. In his classic movies, Fist of Fury, The Way of the Dragon, where he used them two giant nunchaku, The Game of Death, obviously, them bad boys up there, and of course, Enter the Dragon. Now, the scene I'm going to be talking about today is the climax to probably my favourite Bruce Lee fight scene within his films. I'm talking about the nunchaku scene from Enter the Dragon.
Damn!
Don't know if you knew, but that routine, it starts off with Bruce holding him out in front of him like this. Well, it's the same piece of action shot from two different cameras. Obviously, you've got the guard sort of doing that halfway through the routine, but it's identical. It's exactly the same bit of action, just shot, like I said, from two different cameras and then put together. Don't believe me? I've taken some screenshots to show you. Image one, where Bruce has got the nunchaku to his left hip and he's doing the death stare with his mouth sort of blowing out some air. Next image, exactly the same, hands in the same position and the death stare. Now together, okay, that's the first image. The second image, he's almost sneering with his mouth open and you can see his teeth. He's got his right hand in a kind of a fist position. Exactly the same image from the second camera, obviously. And now together, you can see they're identical. Now this one's a great one, great example. Look where the chuck is being flicked up over his left shoulder. His mouth's open, his eyes facing forward, and his hands just in front of his right pec. Different angle, but look at the facial expression, where the chuck is, and the hand position. Now both together, pretty identical really. This is a great example. As he's swinging them from his left shoulder underneath, he's got his left hand sort of blurred out and his right hand is swinging the chucks, but he's got his mouth open showing his bottom teeth and his eyes are closed. Exactly the same, but from the second camera. And both together, it's undeniable really. This is another great one. Near towards the end, he's got the chucks bouncing off of his left hand. They're just over the back of his right shoulder, arm, and he's sort of like got this, his teeth grinning and his face is straight forward with a distinct look on his face. Next image, exactly the same. Same sort of teeth baring, same sort of look on his face, and both together, identical. There's no getting away from it. Are you convinced now? Well, if you're not, there's not a lot I can do about that. But it is like they're identical, you can tell. You know, facial mannerisms, hand positions. Sure, you might be able to get one or two, but everyone? I don't think you could. Someone's mentioned this to me before and I thought I'd have a little go for myself. So the video editing software that I use is Premiere Pro. So what I'd done, I put the two clips that he was talking about on top of one another to see for myself. But the second part of the routine is slightly quicker than the first part of the routine. Check it out. Notice camera 2 is a fraction faster than camera 1. Now when you play the routine, you'll notice that camera 2, which is the second part of the routine up close, is fractionally faster than camera 1. How do you explain this? If it's exactly the same bit of action filmed from two different angles and one is faster than the other, the only explanation you can come up with is that when they was editing this in the editing room, someone decided to increase the speed ever so slightly.
What?
So I'm probably thinking the routine that Bruce did that day was this. And obviously in the editing room, Bruce, Robert Klaus, whoever was involved in this. And the editors on Enter the Dragon was Kurt Hershire, George Walters and Peter Chung. So I wonder who made that decision. I mean, Bruce Lee could do Nunchaku quite fast. We've seen it ourselves in the outtakes from Game of Death. But without a shadow of a doubt, I'm convinced that someone just turned up the pitch a little bit on that second half of the routine. And we are literally talking now 5 seconds. We're talking about 5 seconds in an hour and a half, hour and 40-minute movie. I know I'm nitpicking, but let's be honest, it's an iconic piece of the film. Nowadays, are there better exponents of Nunchaku? Probably yes. But does anyone look as cool and as badass as Bruce using them? Not a chance. So, that's my conclusion. After putting them together, I'm convinced the second part is ever so slightly sped up. But what are your thoughts on this? Did you already know this stuff? It fooled me for years. Anyway, haters, bring it on. Prove me wrong. I'm getting used to a little bit of that now. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to piece all this together and hopefully it'll be out Tuesday evening, maybe Wednesday, depends on how it goes. I have got another unboxing to do later on in the week and a couple of other bits I wanted to show you, so keep an eye out for those. And before I go, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting, liking the videos that I've been putting out lately. Thanks for those who's bought me a coffee. And of course, my Patreons. Thank you. You guys are great. Right, with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves an amazing week, guys. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care of yourselves now.